So we all remember this video, right? It did, interestingly, the like to dislike ratio, it's interesting. It's been a little while since I've done anything kind of controversial or ranty or whatever word you want to call it. So I've been sitting on this video that I've wanted to do for a couple of months. I wanted to do it after the Beauty Heroes box featured Josh Rosebrook, and then I found out the Detox Market was going to be featuring Josh Rosebrook the next month after. So I was like, okay, I'll wait and do it then. Because there's actually a product in the box for the Detox Market that I hadn't tried yet. So I did want to try it, even though I knew that I was totally like over Josh Rosebrook. I knew that I wanted to try it just so I can, give my thoughts on it, see if maybe it was something that I didn't think it was. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, this was spurred on by Beauty Heroes, who featured Josh Rosebrook for the 5th time. And I think the consensus, at least in my comment boxes, where, the DMs and the comments and whatever that I got from you guys, the consensus was that you are feeling the same way about Josh Rosebrook that I am, that you're over it. You're over Josh Rosebrook. Basically, I want to tell you about my experience with all of the Josh Rosebrook products. And then why I'm done. I'm just done. So in my May Lindstrom video, so let's go back to my May Lindstrom video, which I think was from like last winter. I can't remember exactly when I posted it. It might have been like November. I detailed all of the May Lindstrom products that I had tried. The only one I haven't tried is the Pendulum Potion and the newly reformulated Honey Mud. I tried the old one. And which products from other lines that I liked better than the entire May Lindstrom line. So a lot of you guys were supportive of that video, but then there were a bunch of people who were saying that I was just bitter because I wasn't on their PR list. And I think this is an interesting take because so yes, I'm not on May Lindstrom's PR list. I purchased every single May Lindstrom product myself. I spent hundreds of dollars on the May Lindstrom products and I didn't like them. So me being upset about that is valid. I'm a little confused why people think it's not, but whatever. So here on the flip side, I feel the same about Josh Rosebrook as I do about May Lindstrom, and I've received almost every single product from Josh Rosebrook in PR. There are a few products that I have repurchased or have purchased myself. I think actually I've only repurchased the Hydrating Accelerator on my own, I think like once every other time I've gotten it in PR, and then I bought a refill of the serum spray because I did like that product. So I've received most of the Josh Rosebrook products that I've tried in PR, and I still don't like it. So it's got, with some bloggers, you do have to sort of be careful of how they're influenced, what their bias is, if they are heavily involved in the brand or if they have a relationship with the brand or whatever. Do they truly like it because it really works for their skin? Or is it just because they have a friendship with this brand or because they get everything for free? Yes, with a lot of people, you really can't tell. I mean, I can tell. But like the average consumer can't really, if you trust somebody, you're really going to trust like everything that they say. You really don't think that they're lying to you or whatever. For me, I tell you like it is. If I like something, I tell you. If I don't like something, I don't tell you. And, a lot of Josh Rosebrook behaviors have also influenced my decision to make this video, number 1, and 2, to stop supporting him after this anyway. So yes, I don't have any plans to accept any more PR from Josh Rosebrook unless it comes in sort of like a bundle and I can't avoid it. So if there's like another one-off Josh Rosebrook box, I'm just going to be declining it because I've tried all I want to try. I just like, there's nothing that's really going to change my mind at this point. And then also too, his behavior. He's now posted 3 different posts in the last couple of months where I've just been like, so Josh Rosebrook, I don't think is a awful brand. I mean, I definitely don't disdain the products the way that I disdain the May Lindstrom brand. But for me, this is my opinion. This is my experience with the brand. If you love Josh Rosebrook and they are holy grail for you, that is great and wonderful. I said the same thing in the May Lindstrom video. Everybody's experience with products is going to be different. How they feel about them is going to be different. How it works for their skin is going to be different. For me, For my skin only, Josh Rosebrook is just average, in a lot of cases below average. So that's how I feel about it. There are a couple of products that I do really enjoy from Josh Rosebrook that I have enjoyed over the years that I do think are good in, you know, are better than some, or there just isn't another product like it, you know, on the market. But in a lot of the vast majority of his products, like 90% of them, they're just okay. And I wouldn't spend my own money on them, and I just want to tell you about that. So I guess that's sort of all that I want to say in this intro. I honestly don't have anything against like Josh Rosebrook as a person. I don't hate him. I question a lot of the things that he says and does, sure. You know, I've met him once. I met him like right after Oliver was born at the Indie Beauty Expo. It was early 2017. I met him. He's a nice enough guy. But the way that he's portrayed himself on social media and the people that he's sort of decided to like, I don't know, like team up with, I have problems with it. And I'm allowed as a consumer to decide whether I want to support that or not. You know what? I'll tell you the couple of products that I do really enjoy from his line, and then I'll tell you about all the ones that I don't. I guess that's sort of the best way that we can do this. I do really like the Hydrating Accelerator. I think in the category of hydrating mists, it has the best mist of any mist in the green beauty space. One of the things about him that I'm not really understanding is, does he want to be in the green beauty space? Or he says he's never marketed himself that way, but he is in every green beauty store, you know, that's out there. He's in Green Jungle Beauty Shop. He's in Beauty Heroes, Credo, I think. I don't know. He's in a lot, if not all, of the green beauty shops. So if he doesn't, just the way that he's talked lately, it just doesn't seem like he really wants to be in this space anymore, and he doesn't really agree with the values of clean beauty and green beauty, and I'm just very confused by him in general. But I'm speaking from like in my experience in the green beauty category, whether he wants to be in that category or not, I don't know. I do like his mist a lot. I think the mist is really fine on it, which I really, really enjoy. There's nothing I hate more than a mist that like shoots you in the face and like leaves splotches of water all over your face. I've been through 4 or 5 of varying sizes of the Hydrating Accelerator. I really enjoy it. Every time it comes in a box, I actually don't mind. I know that a lot of you guys don't like the scent or don't think that really does anything for your skin. And that's, you know, for you guys, that's valid. But for me, I do really enjoy it. I do really think it's nice and hydrating. I really, really like the mist on it. I don't mind the smell. I kind of like that it has sort of like a marshmallow smell. But yeah, that's one product from him that I do really like. This is what I've got left of the Hydrating Accelerator. Now, are there other mists that I enjoy that if this one is missing from my collection, I'm just going to be like destroyed? No, I have enough mists that if this one I don't purchase anymore, I will be okay. You know, I do really like the mist on it. I do think it's great. I do think it's sort of like, you know, in a class of its own amongst other green beauty products, but you know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, that's one of the products that I do really like. The other one that I do really like, which I didn't bring in here, is the serum spray, the new sort of like anti-frizz spray that he came out with. I received that in a box, I think last year from the Detox Market. He's featured quite a lot in these boxes, and I don't know if they just like compete with each other. It's very interesting. Because it seems like he's featured in Beauty Heroes, and then like immediately after he's featured in the Detox box, so I don't know what that's about. I think the Detox Market has now featured him 3 times, and Beauty Heroes featured him 5 times. I don't know if he's been in any other boxes or not, but I do really like the serum spray. So I got sent it from the Detox Market last year, and I rebought it on my own because I ran out of it, because I do really like it. I do really think it does help with frizz, especially if you're air drying your hair. If you are blow drying your hair, I don't really think it makes that much of a difference, but when you air dry your hair, if your hair is prone to frizz like mine is, I do like to put it on my hair when I'm not planning on blow drying it, and it does decrease the amount of frizz that it creates when it air dries. Because my hair air dries very big and poofy beauty. I really hate air drying my hair for that reason, especially right now because my hair is so long, it just air dries very funky. But that does help take down a lot of the frizz when I am choosing to air dry my hair. So that is a product that I've repurchased. I think those are the two products from him that I've bought, or did I buy some other hair care? I've tried his Balance shampoo and conditioner. I can't remember if I've rebought them. I know that I received them from Beauty Heroes when, you know, they were first launched in Beauty Heroes way back when. I think that was one of his first features in Beauty Heroes. I used them all up. I did enjoy them, but I've tried so many other hair things now that I haven't rebought it because I just don't think it stands out amongst like Inner Sense or Evolve, or even now the Modern Minerals or the Momi. The Momi shampoo and conditioner is fabulous. But yeah, I liked it then, but I've tried so much other hair care now that I just don't think it's anything special anymore. I also tried his Enrich hair mask, which I don't have. I used a tube of that and it was just okay. The Inner Sense deep conditioner is better. Again, I just have tried so much hair care since then that I just don't find it special anymore. I really don't see anybody talk about his like shampoos and conditioners anymore. I also tried his lift spray back in the day when it came out. I did buy that on my own, I believe, and I've since stopped using it. I do prefer the Inner Sense volumizing foam better. I get better lift and better hold. The lift spray tend to make my hair crunchy if I use too much of it, and it didn't provide the volume like the Inner Sense volumizing foam does. So really, I do prefer the Inner Sense line over just Rosebrook. So if you're going to pick one line over the other, I prefer the Inner Sense line. I just think they're better. Except for their leave-in conditioner spray. I don't like their leave-in conditioner spray. It's too heavy. It makes my hair too sticky. But shampoo, conditioner, volumizing foam, and deep conditioner, Inner Sense is heads and tails for my hair above, you know, Josh Rosebrook. So those are, so the two products that I really, really, really enjoy and I do think are really great in the categories that they are in Green Beauty are the Hydrating Accelerator and the Serum Spray for the hair, which helps with frizz. I really enjoy those products. Yeah, so then there are some that are sort of middle of the road. They're not bad, but they're not so good that I'm just like clamoring over everything else to use them, you know? So the Josh Rosebrook Advanced Hydrating Mask, I like this product, but I don't use it that much because I've got other hydrating masks that I reach for when I want to hydrate my skin. So this is nice. It does lean kind of oily, and some of his products are very interesting, the way that you use them. You put this on, you let it sink in, and then you sort of just like remove the rest with with a dry cloth, without like rinsing it off, because it's like it turns into an oil and it sinks into your skin. You know, now that I've used so many other hydrating masks, I don't really find that this one is necessarily super hydrating. Moisturizing, yes. Moisturizing mask might have been a better name for it than hydrating mask. Like the Unmask from Natural Logic is a better hydrating mask. Daphna's Revival, so good as a hydrating mask. What else have I used? I don't know. Those are the two that I can think of off the top of my head that are just amazing hydrating masks that hydrate the skin. I don't know that hydration mask was like the best name for this, but it's okay. I've got others that I like better. I did end up with two. I don't know where the other one is. Oh, here it is. I have two. I've got to figure out how to use these. Because like I said, I mean, I've had these for a while. They're still fine. This one expired, you know, it says 2019, but it still smells all right. I'll still use it as long as it smells okay and doesn't make my skin react, but it's just all right. Okay. These might piss some people off. I don't know. I never really know. Like if you get mad about this, I mean, like I said, this is my skin and my experience. I mean, I had the same thing when I talked about the Pi skincare. You know, a lot of people then commented like, oh, Pi has been amazing for my skin, and that's great for you. But for me, these things just don't do it, and that's okay. Like we can disagree on skincare because our skin is so different. So if you really enjoy these things and these things work really well for you, like this isn't a dig at you, keep using them if they work for you. But like for me, these don't stand out. Like I said, they're just average. The Daily Acid Toner. I haven't noticed. I've been using this since I got it. I'm about down to here. I don't think it's doing anything. So I don't want to say it's bad because I'm not getting any kind of reaction from it. It's not doing any damage to my skin, but I don't necessarily think it's good either. I mean, I've seen so many reviews or like people saying like, oh my God, this changed my skin overnight. And I'm like, how? This is not an instantaneous product. This is definitely one of those products that you have to use over a long period of time to see any kind of results. And you only use it at night, at least I do, because I don't really want to use a product like this during the day, especially if I'm like out in the sun or whatever. So yeah, you only use this at night. You're only using it one time a day, if that. I mean, I don't feel like my skin got any worse when I used it, but I don't really feel like it made it any better either. I mean, it's just okay. There are other exfoliating liquid type products that I have used that have been much more beneficial for my skin that I actually see results with. The one that comes to mind is the Hanoa Beauty Water. So, I mean, I guess I could have done this in the same style of I like these products better than Josh Rosebrook. But I wasn't going to be that petty again, but I mean, I guess I kind of am. But yeah, I don't feel anything when I use this. I like to use products that I can actually feel working on my skin, and I'm not just like, am I just putting water on my skin? Is this really doing anything? So like those reviews that I've seen where people have been like, oh my God, my skin has been changed overnight. I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, are you just trying to get on his PR list, or like, what is this? What are you doing? Because this is not an overnight change your skin, change your face type of product. It's very, very gradual and very, very slow. It's inexpensive, which is good. I mean, it's only $29. So, I mean, I'll give it that. At least you're not spending $60, every couple of months on another bottle of this, and you just feel like you're wasting it because you don't know if it's doing anything for your skin. I mean, it's $29. I mean, it's not, free. So you're still paying, but at least it's not overpriced, for what it is. If it gave better results, I might be willing to pay for something, pay more for something like that, if it gave better results. Like the beauty water, I think is it 48? I can't remember how much the beauty water is, or maybe it's like 30 something. I don't know. All right, this is another one. I mean, this one actually probably leans more towards my like, I don't like products, but I mean, for a hydration product, it's just average. This is the Hydration Boost Concentrate. I have been through one of these already when it was featured in Beauty Heroes last year. I went through this faster than I have gone through any hydration product before. I mean, granted, it was only 15 mil. He's now upgraded it to 30 mil, so it'll last you a little bit longer. But I used up my 15 mil by only doing the 2 drops that he suggests. I used it up in less than a month. Like, that's not okay. I want my products to last a little bit longer than that. I mean, like 2 months, I'm okay with that. But like 1 month, less than a month, it's not even that hydrating either. For me, for my skin needs, I find my skin craving more hydration. Again, it's another one of those products where you like have to use other products with it for it to work. So like you have to spray the hydration mist, because if you just use this on its own, it actually is not hydrating at all. So I don't even, like, does this even work? I don't know, because you have to spray the hydration mist first, then you put down 2 drops of the Hydration Boost Concentrate, then you spray with the mist again, and only then do you feel the hydration, sort of happening. If you put this on bare skin, nothing. I mean, not that I do that with any other hydration product. Well, I mean, that's not true. I do. So like the Ashland Quinn Essence I put on dry skin, works fantastically well to hydrate my skin. The Naturalogic Essence put on dry skin, works fantastically well to hydrate the skin. The Live Botanical Hyaluronic Acid put on dry skin, works fantastic. So yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily like when there are products that you have to use like other products to get the maximum potential from them, do you get what I mean? And even still, like, maybe it's because here, so let's try this on my other hand. So let's put, because this hand is like sticky and tacky and I don't like that. So I'm gonna put a bunch of hydration mist on that hand. Put 2 drops of the Hydration Boost Concentrate. Rub it in. Rub it in, rub it in. I mean, what it really comes down to is I just don't like average products, you know? Like, I'm 34 years old. My skin is not what it used to be. And I want products that are really beneficial for my skin and that I see results in, that I don't just feel like I'm wasting money on just sort of like subpar products, you know? All right, so let that dry. I mean, it's slightly more hydrated than my other hand, but even still, it's just, I've used other hydrating products that I like better, that work better for my skin, that I don't feel are so finicky and so picky, and that I don't go through like water or faster than water. Like, I used that so quickly and it just bummed me out. I was like, this is it. And how much is it? It's like $64 or something like that. I don't remember. I don't have the price right in front of me, but it's up there. I mean, you know, it's not as cheap as the Daily Acid Toner, but it's up there. Okay. Anyway, so now we'll get on to the products that I just, okay. This one is also just sort of average. The Nutrient Day Cream. I mean, it's just all right. I've got other sunscreens that I reach for before I reach for this one. You know, the tint on the tinted one, it just sort of blends away into nothing. So it really is, I mean, I've seen people with deeper skin tones say that this is sort of like the best universal tint product because it really just blends away into nothing. It just sort of doesn't create that white cast that, you know, a white sunscreen can give on like deeper skin toned people. So the tint, it doesn't tint the skin. It really is a way to just avoid or just negate the white cast. So I'll say it's good for that. Like if you're looking for an SPF and you want something that's not going to give you a white cast. I mean, the tint on this one is not actually going to tint your skin. It really is just there to make sure there's no white cast. So I'll say it's good for that. But in terms of SPFs, I don't really know how I feel about his SPF. So I've used his SPF on my body, trying to use it up before, and it's burned me. I've burned. I've never burned on the face, but I'm also I'm much more careful about my face than I am sort of like my shoulders. So I'll wear a hat if I know my face is going to be in the sun all day. So that sort of helps with the sun. But if I'm at the pool and I've got like my shoulders out or whatever, I've burned. I rubbed this. It's supposed to be SPF 30. I rubbed it all over my shoulders when I was out walking. I was at some sort of like vegan food thing, you know, but when those things existed. When will they be back? I don't know. It was last April, I think. And I put it like all over my shoulders and I came back and I was just like a lobster and I was kind of mad about it. So I don't know, maybe it's only good for the face, but really if it's good for the face, it should be good for the rest of your body. I'm just saying. But again, it's just an average SPF for me. There are other ones that I like better. It's out of stock right now, but I really, really like the Fit Glow Vita Shield SPF. I think it's coming back next year though. It's not coming back for a while. I don't really understand that, but, the Edible Beauty one I do really like, and that's SPF 50. I mean, I did a whole video on SPFs. Go check that one out. The Josh Rosebrook one was nowhere to be seen because again, I think it's just an average product. It's just all right. Okay, so now we'll get into the ones that I just really don't like. I mean, there's only 3 of them, I guess. But I just think that these are just really unspecial, really don't do anything for my skin. And every time I see somebody like rave about them, I'm like, huh? Are we using the same product? Like, again, I know that everybody's going to have different experience with the same products because everybody's skin is different. Everybody's skin needs are different. You know, my skin is a little bit more high maintenance and I need more exfoliation than other people. And I need more hydration than some other people. And I have acne and I have wrinkles and I've got hyperpigmentation and I've got a lot of stuff that I need, like active, really hard hitting products that just, I don't find them here. Okay, so one is the Complete Moisture Cleanse. This one is the one that's in the detox box. This is actually what's in the detox box this month, if this is something you're interested in. It's the Complete Moisture Cleanse Gel Facial Cleanser and the Hydration Boost Concentrate in the 6 or the 30 ml size. So this is what's in the the Josh Rosebrook box. No hydrating accelerator if you're totally opposed to that product. But yeah, so the Complete Moisture Cleanse, I tried this as a sample a while back, like a couple of years. Wasn't wowed by it, didn't really think that it was all that great. So when I saw it in the detox market, I almost declined the box, but I wanted to give it another shot because I was like, well, you know, I don't always have the best success with samples. Sometimes I feel like samples are duds and they're not really a good representation of the actual full-size product because, like I said, I feel like I've gotten duds before. They just come smelling kind of funky. The texture's not the same. They've separated, yada, yada, whatever. So I wanted to try this again. I just really don't like this. I've never tried this to remove makeup. I don't know if it's designed to remove makeup. I saw somebody who is a big fan of Josh Rosebrook and who also received the detox box remove this with makeup, and I was like, why? This is like a second cleanse type of product. I would not use this to remove makeup. I feel like that's sort of like where most bloggers go, is they want to show you that like everything can remove makeup, and it can't. If I use this on this face of makeup, only this would not remove what I'm wearing. I'm wearing cream. This would not remove all of the cream product. It would not. So yeah, the one thing I do like about this is that he is switching over a lot of his packaging to this, like, you know, sugarcane stuff. I do like that. I mean, you know, let's be eco-conscious. I like that. You know, most of his stuff is in glass. His hydrating accelerators are still in plastic, but I don't know, maybe he's working on that. So this is, again, it's another one of those like high maintenance, you have to use other products of his to sort of get his expected result that I just find kind of annoying. So rub this into dry skin, but then you activate it with the hydrating accelerator, which I feel like does nothing. But then he says remove it with a warm, damp washcloth. I mean, is it easier to remove than with a washcloth than with your hands? Yeah, but I mean, if I'm using a cleanser, I want to use my hands. Like, am I the only one who feels that way? I don't always want to use or be forced to use a cloth. Like, at the end of the night, if I just want to like quickly wash my face, I want to just like rinse it off with warm water, you know? And it does remove better with a damp cloth, but I don't want to have to do that. I'm just being picky now, right? Like, I know that I am, but if I'm spending a lot of money on a product, I kind of want it to work a specific way. I don't want it to be so, I don't know, involved. But in terms of it being a moisture cleanse, I didn't like this any better than some of the other moisture cleansers I've used, which I'm blanking on. I mean, if you're gonna go with a creamy cleanser, one that I really, 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 really love that I don't see anybody ever talk about is the Cacao Soothe cleanser. It's creamy, it's lightly exfoliating, it makes my skin feel great, it rinses off clean, no problem. I love that cleanser so, so much. This is just, I just don't like this. This is just not that good to me. I dreaded using it. You know, I used it the first time, you know, after I got the box. And then every time after that, I was like, I know I'm just using this because I have to review it, but I just don't enjoy this. I want to enjoy my skincare. Like, you know, like that's not wrong either. Okay, 2 more. Okay, let's talk about the active enzyme exfoliator. This is probably the one product from Josh Rosebrook that you see everybody and their mama rave about. I don't like this at all. Okay, before we talk about this one, I know I just got into that, but then I remembered that I don't have a product of his that I also really, really dislike. The Cacao mask that he's got, I can't remember the exact name of it. It's like the Cacao antioxidant mask or whatever it is. It needs a better preservation system because like the minute you open it, it starts to go dry immediately, and it's supposed to have like either a 6 or a 9 month shelf life on it. It doesn't make it that long. The last one that I had lasted 4 months before it completely dried up, and I only got a couple of uses at it because, you know, I've got a lot of masks. So I rotate my masks. So that really pissed me off. And it had gotten to the point where you couldn't even like reactivate it with water because it was like hard clay. Like you could not take out a scoop and then like reactivate it. Like I can do that with the bean from Mahalo. I can reactivate it with honey or water or whatever because it never gets to that like super hard like brick brick-like status. You know, there's at least a little bit of some give in it, so you know that there's still a little like hydration and moisture in there that you can like reactivate it. But the Cacao mask, the 2 times that I've had it and it has dried out on me, it has been like a brick. So that really does need a better preservation system of some kind, because it just, it dries out way too quickly. And for it to cost as much as it does, it should not do that. So yeah, that's one product I don't have, because both of the times that I had it, it dried into a complete brick. Could not use it, could not save it. If you have that mask, I mean, you pretty much just have to use it exclusively until it's gone. Otherwise, you're gonna lose it. So that's one that I wouldn't recommend, and I would never buy again. I definitely would recommend the Bean over that one anyway, because the results with the Bean are far superior to his Cacao mask. I think they're both supposed to do about the same thing. They're supposed to be like brightening, exfoliating, moisturizing. They're supposed to be sort of like a do-it-all type mask. The Bean results on me, again, this is all my personal experience, is much better. I see a definite brightening of the skin. I see a definite like rejuvenation of the skin. I never saw that kind of result. I mean, like, it was okay, but it dried out. So like, I'm not going to praise something that does that. Like, you know, you spend however much money it costs, 70 something dollars, and then it dries out on you. Like, that's not okay. Okay, so now we can talk about the active enzyme exfoliator. I've been through, again, I think 3 jars of this now. And every time that I get it, I dislike it so much more every time that I use it. And like I was saying, you know, before I got sidetracked by the Cacao mask, this is like the one product that you see every blogger and their mother claiming is like the most amazing exfoliator they've ever used in their life. This stuff is just like gold. It makes your skin feel so smooth and whatever. A lot of the bloggers in this space have perfect skin because their genetics deem it to be so. These people like never have breakouts. You never see them with like super massive discoloration. You never see them with hyperpigmentation. They don't have like redness. They don't have, I know that these people are liked because they, you know, are they prettier because their skin is nicer? I don't think that looking at someone who has always got good skin no matter what they're using is a good indicator of like any of the skincare that they use of how well it works. Like, I don't trust anybody who's got perfect skin. I just don't. I want to see somebody who's got, you know, skin problems, and I want to see the products work and transform their skin. If no matter what product you're using, your skin always looks great, I don't believe you. Okay? And I don't think anybody else should either, because it's not a good indicator of whether or not the products work. Like, you saw how well Fit Glow worked for my skin because it transformed my skin over a 2-month period. And then I stopped using it and I used Pi and my skin went to total shit. But yeah, the people that praise this product, I'm just like, you have perfect skin by design. Like, that is just the long and short of it. Because, so this product is supposed to have like sort of 2 different exfoliating mechanisms. It's chemical because it has some chemical exfoliation in it, and it's physical because it's got the walnut shells in it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, it's got walnut shell powder. So it's got 2 different, you know, mechanisms of exfoliation. And I like products like that. I love products that have 2 different mechanisms of exfoliation. You know, we've got the Naturalogic Micro Exfoliant, we've got the Flower and Spice exfoliant, we've got the, I'm pretty sure the Scrub by Mukti is double, because it's got, you know, like I'm pretty sure that one's chemical and physical as well. All of those make my skin feel so soft, so smooth, so like, I just look radiant after I use them. This one has 2 different ways that it is supposed to do that. It doesn't for either one. I put this on my skin. You're supposed to leave it on 10 minutes to an hour. I've left it on for 10 minutes. I've left it on for an hour. I've left it on for any number of minutes in between. My skin is never smooth when I use this, even from the physical exfoliation. My skin doesn't feel like it's been exfoliated. You know when something has chemically exfoliated your skin, you can feel it. You feel a difference in your skin. It looks different, it feels different. The smoothness is there. This does not make my skin smooth. It doesn't make my skin feel any different. I've been through 3 jars of this. 3. I just finished my 3rd jar. None of the jars have made my skin feel like the Flower and Spice one, where you can tell it has been like buffed into baby softness. I mean, obviously you're just gonna have to take my word for it because, I mean, you aren't here to feel my skin and I know what my skin feels like. So when people say that this is like their holy grail exfoliator, this makes their skin feel smoother than anything else, I'm just like, are we using the same product? I know, again, everybody's experience is going to be different, but like I was saying before, people who have perfect skin, no matter what they use, I really just don't believe you. I don't believe you. Let's talk about the walnut shell thing. Okay. I didn't hear anybody else talk about, how many of you grew up with St. Ives, right? I know I went through countless tubes of that stuff. Thanks to my mom. My mom used the St. Ives and that's where I started picking it up. I started using it. I used it for years. I used it through college. I used it, after college for a little bit before I finally got into like clean beauty and stuff. That's got walnut shell powder in it. And you've heard people talk about the walnut shell issue with the St. Ives over the years. And then there was like a resurgence of it when Kylie Skin came out with her scrub and it had walnut in it. And the whole time that was going on, where there were people talking about like the walnut shells in the scrub and like, oh my God, this is awful. This should never have been put on the market. This has walnuts in it. Caroline Hirons, her and Josh Rosebrook are apparently like besties too. You guys know how I feel about her. She loves Josh Rosebrook. She's talked about Josh Rosebrook's products a lot over the years. I even went back and I watched her Kylie skincare review to see her talk about the walnut issue in that. She didn't like the walnut issue, but she has never once, that I can find, made mention of the walnut shells in this product. Why? If you have such an issue with St. Ives and you have such an issue with the walnut scrub from Kylie Skincare, why does nobody mention this? Like, it just seems hypocritical to me. I don't really think that the walnut shell is as big of an issue as a lot of people make it out to be. Like, if you have super sensitive skin that cannot take that level of exfoliation, then absolutely, yes, do not use that. Do not use anything that has walnut shells in it. But I mean, I don't think I've suffered serious long-term damage from using, St. Ives or using this that has the walnut in it as well. I don't think for someone who's got, sort of more, accepting skin, who doesn't have such super sensitive skin and can handle a high level of exfoliation, I don't think that it's really that much of that big of a deal. Where I see the bigger deal is like the hypocrisy of it all. Like, if you're going to talk about the walnut shells in one scrub, talk about the walnut shells in another scrub, even if it's from a brand that you really love. Like, tear it down. I want to see it. Anyway, yes, I don't recommend that just because I don't think it's an effective exfoliator for my skin. Like, I can take a lot of exfoliation and that just has like 0. It's like 0 exfoliation. It does not make my skin feel smooth. It can, if I buff too much, it can irritate my skin a little bit. Maybe that's the walnut shells. I don't know. Maybe whatever I said just negated that whole thing. I don't know. But I just don't like it. It just is not effective. It's not an effective exfoliator for me. Okay, the last product that we have, and then, yeah, this is the last one, and then I'm done here. You can have your day back. The Vital Balm Cream. I tried a sample of this. I believe he handed me a sample when I met him that one time in California in 2017. He was still working on the mask. He was still working on the Vital Balm Cream. And I mean, it's been a few years, so my memory may be a little bit off, but I feel like the product that he was working on, that was the Vital Balm Cream, was actually more of like a cream. like a lotion, sort of like more consistent, lotion consistent like than like what it is. So it's a Vital Balm Cream, but it is more of like a balm. I liked that one that I got like a tester of before it became like whatever it is now. So before the formulation of it was like finalized. I liked that other formula. I don't like this formula. This formula is much too oily for me. And I don't find it moisturizing. I will put this on at night and it sits on my skin and it doesn't sink into my skin. And when I wake up in the morning, my skin just feels gross. You know, like when something, it's like, it kind of feels like Vaseline almost, like it just sits on the skin and doesn't penetrate and it just doesn't do anything for the skin. I remember the sample being much more cream-like, much more like balm, like cream that felt like a balm, like, what is the Fit Glow Cloud Ceramide Balm? That is a cream that feels like a balm to me. Like it's got balm characteristics, but it feels and it goes into the skin like a cream. Like that's sort of what I expected from this product. And this is just, is occlusive the right word? I don't know. It's just, it sits on the skin. It doesn't penetrate. I wake up feeling greasier than I felt before I went to bed. This is not a good match for my skin at all. At all. I'm very sad that whatever product that I tried when it was still in its sort of like testing phase is not what came out, because I did like that product better. I felt like that one had a better texture. It sunk into the skin better. This just, it sits on my skin. It makes my skin feel greasy. I just do not like this. I do not like this at all. So now we have come to the end of my Josh Rosebrook critique. We'll see how you guys feel about this, but the long and short of it is that I don't think this line is, again, it's sort of like how I feel about pie. It's just not very active. I feel like if you are someone who has naturally good skin, like you don't have a lot of issues, like if you don't wash your face 3 nights in a row and your skin is just like glowing and perfect and acne free and it just never gives you any problems, like you might think that this line is spectacular because it really just provides so little actual anything to the skin, at least for me. So, you know, maybe that's why there are so many bloggers that praise Josh Rosebrook, is because when you look at their skin and you look at their condition of their skin over time, there really is no change in their skin. Like maybe it's a little bit smoother or like some wrinkles have been evened out or whatever, but you know, there's never been like massive skin problems that they've had to, that they fixed. I don't know. Or maybe that just means, I don't want to say that I don't like take care of my skin, because I do, but like I have so many things working against me. Like I have PCOS, I have hormone imbalances, sugar, I react to sugar, alcohol, you know, sleep. There's so many things that freak my skin out that I need some active, powerful stuff, man. And Josh Rosebrook just is not it. It's like, it's how I feel about pie, but I might like Josh Rosebrook a little bit more than pie because pie tends to give me sort of like negative reactions. Josh Rosebrook just gives me nothing. But yeah, for me, there really only are like 2 products that I think are really great in the categories that they are, you know, the Hydrating Accelerator and the Serum Spray. The rest, there are so many things out there that work better for my skin. And that's all right. Like, again, it's like if pie works great for you, if May Lindstrom works great for you, if Josh Rosebrook works great for you, if there are any lines that I ever talk about where you think that I'm just out of my mind and you think that I'm just hating on this specific brand or this person for one reason or another, it really is not about that. This is like the May Lindstrom thing. It's not personal. I mean, yes, some of the stuff that he said on social media over the last couple of months have made me change my opinion about him as a person, but it's got nothing to do with my experience with his products. Over all of my years of using Josh Rosebrook products, there really has not been a single product where I've been like, this is revolutionary, this is amazing, this is life-changing, this is the only product I'm ever going to use for the rest of my life again. most of the time I have been so underwhelmed by the products that it led me here. So yeah, again, we'll see how this goes, I guess. We'll see what you guys feel about it. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you feel the same way, let's just chat about it in the comments. Camaraderie, I don't know. But you know, if you love Josh Rosebrook and these products work amazing for you, that's great. Keep buying them. You know, use what works for your skin. This just does not work for my skin. Doesn't make it worse like pie, but you know, it doesn't make it better either. So I want something that's gonna be extraordinary for my skin. That's gonna make my skin look and feel and just be amazing. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.